What's up, what's up, what's up? Just JP in the house. Okay, here's another of my English teaching stories. I want to talk about this young kid named Ryusuke. His mother is a very nice woman, and she's funny. Okay, but this was like a few years ago. I think he's 8 now, so he started when he was 1. And, his mother tried to get him to listen to everything, and sit still. But I told her to let him run around and things because eventually he's going to understand. This kid started reading, I'm sure, about maybe anywhere between 3.5 years old to 4 years old. And he ended up being in a class with these other students who were maybe a couple of years older than him. And they, what happened? They were like in kind of like an advanced class because he went to the reading class, but he could have stayed the whole time, but he would have got further behind the students who were in my grammar class. So I just talked to his mother and told him that he'll be able to read and catch up on his reading in the grammar class. So she started him in it, but his reading was like excellent. I wish I could have got videos of you guys would not believe it. And so during the grammar class, my grammar test would be like, it was something like I go. No, it would be like I, then it would be a blank space, and then it would be the word go, and you would have to put the correct conjugation. So of course it would be I go, or the dog, and then it might be bark, and then you have to put the dog barks. So he would finish tests like that within an hour. So I would explain it to them and finish it. He would probably finish a test like that in about 25 minutes, and there would be like maybe 20 to anywhere between 15 to 20 questions per test. Now this test, it wasn't really the test, of course, they don't remember this. So in order to complete a test, they would have to use their dictionary, and I use these high school dictionaries called they're called Junior Anchor, and they're published by Godkin. And the 4th edition is the best one because it has a lot of common words in it, and it has a lot of words in it. But the new version they have out now, the regular verbs, they don't have the conjugation in them and stuff. But the 4th version has it for all of those. And so what they would do was they would have to use notes. So there were 3 sheets of papers that we use as notes, and then see how close that was. Woo! And then they would have to use their dictionary. So what he would do was, and of course at that time I didn't teach them how to use a, and, or the, but I have notes and stuff to tell them how to do it. So they would have to look up the word. They would have to know that the is used with singular and plural nouns. And then the dog, they would have to look at their notes to see if it was plural or singular. And then they would look at their, they would have to use a dictionary to see if the word dog is singular or plural. And then, of course, the dog is plural, singular and stuff, right? And so then they would have to use a singular, they would have to conjugate bark until barks. And so they would have to use the dictionary in different notes. So anyway, and then what I did was on the side of the paper, I would write, like nouns plus S this, minus S that, blah, blah, blah. And then, but most kids wouldn't use that. They would, use the papers because it was easier and stuff to use the notes, and then use a dictionary. But he would see it on the side and he would know it, so that's how he was able to finish, because he didn't have to go through the dictionary like 2 times just to see if it was a verb or a noun, because they would have to check to see if dog is a verb or a noun, blah blah this. And it was really interesting, but he would finish them real fast. And then when we would go over the test, we would ask, why is this, why is that, why is this, and so on and so on, and he would answer. And then when we would translate the dog barks into English, well, I don't know if he would know what bark means, but he knew the dog, he knew what that means. But we would translate to Japanese, and he would just go through it real quick, and it got to the point where he was really good. And I would, because he was so fast, I would let him do the next test, because he would finish and would be sitting around. So I gave him these they had like this list of verbs, 244 verbs, and they would have, and there were 244 verbs. Sorry about that, and they would have to find the different conjugation, the present continuous tense, the past perfect tense, the in the plural form, because I would have one which is the singular form, because I would write, not the plural form, because I would write it with either one. I forget which one it was. I think it was I wrote the singular form, and then they would have to look in the dictionary and find the plural form, and then the past tense also. So he just whipped through those real quick. So he didn't have anything to do when he finished his test. So I would just, explain the next test to him, and he just moved ahead and everything. It was so cool. And then all of a sudden his mother quit. I don't know. Oh, I know why. Because she said he wasn't doing his homework at school, but he. So I guess she did it like that. I really have no idea why, or maybe because I don't know. I don't want to speculate, so I have no idea. But one of his friends is still in the class named Takuto. And he's right now he's like maybe number 2 or number 1, and not number 1. Number. Well, he varies from 1, 2, or 3. I'll talk about him later. But yeah, he's doing good. But that kid, Ryusuke, oh my God, he was so smart. Had he continued right now, he would be doing what everyone else is doing in that same class. There, actually, they have these. I have these conversations, and they're like, I think the one they're doing now is 61 words, and they have like, it's about the front yard. Basically, it just says something like, "It is nice today." No, it is sunny today. It is nice outside. What are you going to do? I have no plans. Do you want to go to the movies? No, I want to sit on the grass outside. Let's have a picnic in the front yard. Yes, in the front yard. Yeah. In the front yard. Yes, why not? Yeah, why not? And it's an A and B because I don't put the names on there and stuff, So it's an A and B conversation. And then the questions for that, they're like, I don't know, maybe 10 questions like, what does A want to do? What does B want to do? What do you do when the weather is nice? What is your favorite weather and stuff like that? And so they're all in English, and then of course the kids got to read it, and we practice, do the vocabulary, and then they have to answer the question in English. So that's cool, but that's what he would be doing right now, and I can just only imagine how good he would be doing, because his reading was way better than everyone else, and the oldest student in the class I think was two or three grades above him. So he was like, wow, and that class is really cool because the oldest student is in the 4th grade. I think he's in the 4th grade. There's a 3rd grader and there's a 2nd grader in the class, so it's really cool. But anyway, that's it. I'm out.